I've always had a personal interest in child hunger because some of my children were hungry at one point. And I knew, because I grew up in Minneapolis, that Feed My Starving Children had its headquarters there, but they also were doing mobile packs. And I'd always kind of had the idea that maybe we should do a mobile pack in Ithaca, but my church is not one that logistically could do it. So I was going to have to go to Minneapolis for a family event, and I had the thought that I should ask Pastor Foote whether or not their church would do it. But I didn't know him very well at the time. My kids were going to preschool there. And so I had that thought, and I was driving by the church, and I thought I really should turn in and ask him, but I didn't want to do it. So I drove on by, and then I really felt convicted that I needed to turn around. And almost like a voice saying, turn around. So I turned around, and I pulled into the parking lot, and there was only one car there, and I thought, oh good, he won't be here there. And then I went into the church, and I saw Hope Allnut, who runs the preschool program, whom I know. And I know that what I said to her was, Pastor's not here, is he? And she said, oh, he is. And so then I had to talk to him. And I know that the way I started was by saying, I know you're going to think that I'm crazy, but, and then I explained the idea of a mobile pack. And to my great surprise, he said, I think we can do that.
And I did think she was crazy, but that's it. No, we were talking about this before, and first of all, I think Sherry's very humble, and she doesn't want to take any credit. The only credit I will give her is having the courage to come and ask me. And the metaphor I think that works for both of us is we are just one link in the chain. Many, many people before us participated in something like this, and at the right time, a link was needed. The Old Testament metaphor would be a man standing in the gap. And, you know, it's providential. Just that month, this is August of like 10 years ago, in my church's publication, national publication, there was a story about Feed My Starving Children mobile pack. I'd never heard of it before that. So you had this episode that I had that little bit of background. I knew Sherry a little bit. I knew her kids loved them dearly. And she suggested this, and I thought, you know, we can do it. And we could just do it. We had just the space that was minimum space allowable. Had a brand new parking lot, plenty of parking. But as far as packing space, so we had to push the envelope a bit, and it all worked out. And now, you know, the vision always was that this would be a pack that would migrate from place to place. Our original vision was through the Christian community, and now it's kind of, God's taken it in new directions that's even bigger than that. So it's been fascinating to see all of these elements come together, and we've had just a ton of people, Jewish people help with the food science part of it, getting halal certification. We've had the chance to talk at Cornell, the law school involved. I mean, it's just such a wonderful thing to have this thing kind of take a life of its own and grow. And it just started with somebody who said, I should go ask him the question, and